question for you. Would you rather be poor and loved or single and rich? Well, on today's case, Ms. Keltner says that her fiancé's poor financial management, as well as his lack of responsibility, have her leaning toward the latter. She says the effects of his unsound decisions have leaked into every aspect of their relationship, and she isn't sure she wants a future with him anymore. Can Mr. Bauder save this relationship? Let's hear their case.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Starr presiding. Your Honor, this is the case of Keltner versus Bauder.
Thank you very much. Ms. Keltner, you say you refuse to marry what you call a broke, cheating, lazy man. Wow. You say today he either walks out of here with a concrete plan to fix his life or the engagement is over.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Bauder, you say you are ready to make Ms. Keltner your wife. However, you say she must also admit to her shortcomings if this relationship is ever going to work.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I am glad to see that, Mr. Bauder, you brought a witness. I understand this is your mother,
yes,
who will be testifying on your behalf a little later on,
yes,
once I hear some of the facts. Welcome,
yes,
ma'am. We'll speak to you in just a bit. Ms. Keltner, why are we in court today?
He's not good with finances whatsoever, and we have issues with communicating, and then he's lazy. He doesn't help out nowhere near as much as he should, and I need him to shape up or I don't want to continue with this relationship.
Mr. Bauder, you heard what your fiancé says. What do you say, sir?
I disagree because I put enough time in when I do get home.
But, Ms. Keltner, you say there are some real financial issues right now that are going on in your family, starting with an addiction to crypto?
Yeah, he makes $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month. There's no extra money whatsoever. So I started going through the phone sometimes, and I'm finding emails where he's purchasing crypto here and there, and then he denies it and says he's not. And then a couple weeks ago, he's like, oh, I'm going to buy a car. I'm like, where do you have money from? He's like, oh, it's from crypto.
What's going on with this crypto?
That is honestly the only way I can hide my money, regardless of the fact if I do
why would you hide your money from your potential partner? I don't understand that.
I never said I got out of crypto. I just don't put any new money into crypto. So I don't have my previous employer.
So in other words, Mr. Bauder, you need to just communicate the truth of what's going on.
If I could communicate at all, yes, Your Honor.
This does not sound like you all have real conversations.
No, we do not.
Okay, then there's no reason to get married, because if you're not going to share information, why don't you share specific financial information with Ms. Keltner?
Because I don't know how to talk to her. I do not know how to get through to her to have a normal conversation.
Anytime I try to bring up a hard conversation, he's like a toddler. He throws his hands up, throws stuff, yells, and walks out.
Ms. Keltner, since she brought this case, she says there were some warning signs, because you're not just suggesting that the finances are the only problem. You think he's been flirting with other women?
Yes, Your Honor.
Talk to me about that.
So my daughter, she had this phone, and his Facebook account was logged in it, and she was watching her show one day, and all of a sudden she scrolls up and a message pops up that I see him messaging another girl. So she was like, hey, sending heart emojis, how are you doing? Can I get a picture? And he sends a shirtless picture from like 30 years ago, catfished the girl. And then I ended up sending the conversation too. They have the evidence.
Okay, so wait, I need to see this a little closer. Okay, thank you. Can I have a picture? Oh, and he gonna send a buff picture. You look like that? He looked like that before.
Like 30 years ago.
Okay. I'm the lobster, LOL. Nice meeting you here. Same here. Okay. Inappropriate. If that's not your girlfriend, your fiancé, or your wife, that's inappropriate.
That kind of made me feel good. I wish I got some of that at home.
It made you feel good that you could send a semi-nude picture to another woman so that she could think that the fake picture of you was what she was getting with this text message. Is that made you feel good?
That does not make me feel good.
Okay, because I just told you the truth. So you up here pretending that you look like a something and you don't look like that, okay? You know that that's not what you look like. You don't even know who this woman is.
I had a feeling it was her.
You sent a semi-nude picture to another woman in the middle of the workday. So help me to understand, Mr. Bauder, what it is you were trying to do. Come on.
Just responding to a text.
So in other words, you were trolling.
Is that what that's called?
Yes, it is. So that means you're not happy with something that's going on at home.
Which would lead me to a message that I received.
What did you receive, sir?
Messages from random men that are asking a whole lot more than a picture.
Okay, and what was this specific text? Who was it from?
She told me it was an ex-employee.
And what's wrong with the message?
Number one, it asks if I will let him have sex with her.
What?
Oh, man.
Wait a minute. Did you submit that to evidence?
Yes.
Oh, now this I have to see. Can we and the blank her together talking about Amber? That's speaking of the plaintiff. Dude, that's my fiancé you're talking about and the mother of my kids. Not cool. She lets us both, mine as well, together. Tag, you're it.
So this is a one-night stand I had years ago, and he's been blowing me up ever since. I politely told him I'm engaged, I have kids now, and...
You don't need to be polite to anybody that's
well, no,
nasty blowing you up.
I ignored him, and then he kept seeing late-night messages from him, so he's like, let him know that you have a fiancé. I was like, well, it says on my profile I have a fiancé.
No, excuse me. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Me too.
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Sorry, Robert, I didn't ask you, but I should have. Okay?
I can't control what someone else sends him, you know?
But then you can control what you lead the other person to believe. Now, Ms. Keltner, are you saying to me you have had zero contact with this individual?
Yes.
For how long?
About 2 years now, he's been blocked.
Now, Mr. Bauder, what makes you think she has had contact?
She won't have sex with me.
Okay. Now we're getting to see. Y'all started out with all of this little silliness. Now we're getting to the real nitty-gritty. Ms. Bryan, would you please come and stand next to your son? Were you staying with them at any given time?
I just met Amber and the two children 2 months ago, I believe.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Had to wait till she was ready to actually meet me.
Ms. Keltner, after all these years, you had not met your soon-to-be mother-in-law and the grandmother of your children? So you're telling me there's no intimacy in your relationship?
Once a month, maybe once every 3 months, and it has to be scheduled.
What is that about, Ms. Keltner?
That's a lie, first of all, because we've already done it like 3 times just this week alone. He tries to exaggerate and say, oh, it's once a month, but we do it at least once a week. But I wake up early with the kids. I'm with the kids all day. By like 9, 10, I'm ready to go to bed too, and he'll be... I don't want to do anything with the kids awake. That's not appropriate. And then he'll want to stay up to like 1 and then do it, and I'll be tired. And then when we're fighting, I don't want to do anything with you when we're fighting
Fighting
at the time.
because there's no intimacy.
It's like when we're doing good, he doesn't try to make any moves on me, but when we're fighting, that's when he wants to suddenly make a move on me. I'll like some days I'll be so busy I won't even have time to take a shower, and I'll be like, I don't feel comfortable right now. I haven't taken a shower.
Just roll over.
That's disgusting. Do you want a whole or do you want a partner?
I would love a partner.
But I feel like I get treated as a whole.
So, Ms. Keltner, if you go into the restroom to shower, that refreshes you. If you're interested in intimacy with a partner, I don't know any woman that doesn't just say, hold on, babe. Let me take care of what I need to take care of. I'll be right back.
Well, he's never going to watch both the kids at once to give me a chance to do anything by myself at all.
I watch them every night when I came home from work. As soon as I got home from work, I would take them both into the room.
No, you take one kid.
I'm trying to figure out where the love is here. And I may need to ask for some assistance here because I am looking over at my witness and she is about to ask the same exact thing. Ms. Bryan, would you please come and stand next to your son at the defense table?
You good?
Robert, if you could help her, I would appreciate it.
She good? Oh. Okay.
Ma'am, I want to welcome you to divorce court. Would you please state your name and relationship to the defendant for the court?
My name is Carl O'Brien, and our relationship is my son, Jason Bauder.
Gotcha. Ms. Bryan, I know you've been listening to the testimony, and I've been catching the looks, and you and I have been sharing a couple of looks because your son testified that he and his fiancée are not communicating.
They do not communicate. All they do is yell.
Have you been in a...
Scream.
Really? In front of the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been in a situation where you have seen this yourself?
Right across the room.
Were you staying with them at any given time?
I just met Amber and the children 2 months ago, I believe.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
So in all these years, you all had
I
never...
was not able to come out when the first baby was born. Had to
Okay.
wait till she was ready to actually meet me.
So I'm gonna turn to Miss Keltner. Miss Keltner, what, after all these years, you had not met your soon-to-be mother-in-law and the grandmother of your children?
That, I don't know what she means about me being ready to meet her. That must have been something Jason told her, because I never had no issues with her coming whatsoever. We were actually talking about making a trip out there. But respectfully, she needs to mind her business, because she's only been around us for like a week, 2 weeks.
How long
It's
did you
about
stay in the
3
house,
wo-
Miss Bryan?
About 3 weeks.
Okay. What did you see for 3 weeks? I'd like to hear from you, Miss Keltner, that this is the man you want.
Yes, it is. I just want to be able to talk to you about things. Anytime we do hang out, it's like all about sex. You don't want to just lay there with me and hold me and just watch TV. It's
sorry.
all about sex.
Please don't cry.
And it doesn't make me feel good at all.
If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Missed a show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
He come in the door, and of course, his 2-year-old climbed right up him.
Of course.
Within 15 minutes, she would shove the other one to him. Could be alone on the computer.
That's how I do my work, is off the computer.
So are you suggesting that from the time he comes home, that the children are his responsibility?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
will not take both kids. If he does, he'll take them for like 20 minutes. He only takes my 2-year-old because he gets too overwhelmed with both of them.
Miss Bryan, I'm gonna come back to you. I don't hear any loving words. I don't hear any kind words. I don't hear any of that in this relationship. Have you witnessed
No.
any of that?
No.
So I'm gonna talk to you all about love and relationship. You're engaged to be married, but I have not heard anything about this is the man I love, this is the man I want, this is the man I want to raise children with. I can't wait to be his wife. I've not heard any of that. Miss Keltner, do you want to be with him?
If things don't change, no.
Mr. Bauder, do you want to be with her? And be honest.
Yes.
Why?
She is the mother of my children now.
That's not good enough.
Oh, no, that's not why. What I have this envision for her, and I see something in her that is a whole lot more than anybody else I've seen. I want a better mother and a better lover.
You still have not told me why you want to marry her. You know, if somebody asked my husband that, he would say all kinds of things. Oh, she's the smartest chick I've ever met. She makes me laugh all the time. We have fun when we just walk down the street. I mean, we could talk on and on and on why we fell in love and why we wanted to be married, to the point where Robert gets sick of us, okay?
Go away.
So he's like, enough already. You can't get you to tell me any of the good stuff.
No, we do have things in common. Those are the things that I miss. Those are the things we still do, but I don't think neither one of us appreciate them like we should.
Miss Keltner, is this the man of your dreams? Because, Miss Keltner, I'm listening, and the two of you don't seem to be matched. Miss Carla's sitting there like, the only thing y'all have in common is these children. Miss Carla, am I correct?
You're correct.
I mean, I don't sense love, friendship, kindness, compatibility. I don't sense any of this.
Look at the...
And they do not need to get married.
I just want a 50-50 partner. That's what I want.
Mr. Bauder, do you want a relationship with this woman?
Yes.
That's the only way you're going to fix this, is if you both want to work on a relationship together. That's outside of the children, because although they're little, you all can co-parent. But in terms of happiness, I don't see you making each other happy. Miss Keltner, you look at Mr. Bauder with disdain, quite frankly. You think he's a liar. You don't feel like you're getting the help you need. Mr. Bauder, you're not getting the intimacy you desire because Miss Keltner, quite frankly, is annoyed with you. I see it. I feel it. So I'm going to say to you, Miss Keltner, why are we here? Why do you want to marry somebody that you're not getting what you want in your life?
I want to be able to move forward, get a house with him and all that, but I can't trust it right now with the place his finances is in.
Okay, Mr. Bauder, you heard what Ms. Keltner had to say. Is there hope here?
Unfortunately not.
I know that.
We are overwhelmed.
Thank you very much. Mr. Bauder, if you had your druthers, if you could make your plan, would your plan include Ms. Keltner?
Absolutely.
Do you want her as the mother of your children, or do you want her as the mother of your children, your wife, your lover, your partner, your friend?
I want to be sarcastic with her. I want us to pick on people together. I want us to laugh together and crack jokes together and just be silly.
Something tells me you all need to date again, because I've not heard any of that in any of this conversation.
That sounds like a great idea.
They need a relationship counseling very bad.
And how to be in a relationship, Ms. Bryant?
That's what.
I agree. We need to get back to the basics, go on dates and stuff, because we don't ever get to do that anymore and take time to get to know each other. It's just always like the chaos of taking care of the kids, just stuck in the day-to-day life every day.
You became a family before you became romantic partners.
Yes.
You did what was necessary in order to sustain the family, but the romantic partnership was put on the back burner.
Now we got it.
So here's my question. Do you want to try to find that romantic partnership? Ms. Keltner?
Yes.
Mr. Bauder?
Yes.
The court will offer you court-assisted counseling if that's something that you both will agree to and work wholeheartedly at.
Yes.
1,000%.
Because I'd like to hear from you, Ms. Keltner, that this is the man you want.
Yes, it is. Anytime we do hang out, it's like all about sex. I can't lay down. I can't hang out. If we have anything with the kids, all you want to do is have sex. It's like, I want to be able to talk to you about things, just hang out where it's not where I'm just feeling used all the time. It makes me feel used when you just want to have sex with me. That's like, I just feel like that's all I'm good for. And like all you want for me, because you don't want to just lay there with me and hold me and just watch TV. It's
sorry.
just all about sex.
Please don't cry.
And it doesn't make me feel good at all.
I understand.
Mr. Bauder?
That hurts.
It's supposed to. Because for the first time, y'all are actually having a conversation and not yelling, as Ms. Bryant said, and not talking at each other.
I can do that. I can definitely work on that.
Mr. Bauder, you heard what Ms. Keltner needs. Why don't you tell her what you need?
I'd like you to be more attentive to both our children and me. Give me just a little bit of attention, and it'll go a long way.
If you just help me with the kids more and have a balance, because I never get there. He says he watches 2 kids. I never get a break without a kid. Oh, from the time I wake up till I go to bed. If you take the kids for an hour or 2, my work's done, the house is clean, I can do all that. But I can't do that when I'm constantly have the kids with me and you're in the room sleeping.
Mr. Bauder,
I'll accept those terms.
here's the deal. Every day, you got to give her an hour by herself. I'm not talking an hour at 10 o'clock at night. Can you do that?
I understand, and yes.
And we're going to do premarital counseling, because just like Ms. Bryant said, until y'all fix this, you don't need to be married. Now it's time for you all to grow up. I would normally say go find the love again. I actually am going to say go find love, because wherever it started, that's not where you want to build from. Build from right now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I think she gave us good advice. You just got to listen to it and apply it. Not just apply it for a day and then change the next day. Because, you know, when we get onto you, you'll be good for a day and then the next day it's back to the same stuff.
There was like the biggest pink elephant in the room. These 2 people really did not know each other.
It was a business proposition at first.
Absolutely. It was working for her in the beginning. It's now not working for her because a true partnership means you have to hold him down when he's having a tough time.
Right, but they forgot about the love part.
I'm not sure that there was love part. Well, if they don't find it, they'll never walk down the aisle.
Exactly.
Made in Georgia.